Hi everybody, today we are going to be talking about how to multiply binomials. You started an Apex yesterday and well, depending on when you watch this video, right? You started on Monday and you went through a lesson about multiplying binomials. So today I hope to kind of give you guys like an in-class perspective of what this would look like. I'm gonna fix the camera angle just a little bit and we're gonna get started. So multiplying binomials, they told you two ways to do it. The first way was kind of preemptive to the more normal, more utilized way that we hear in algebra. They taught you distributive property, and we do that with things like if we have 2x, which is a term, times x minus 3, right? And we know this, we've practiced this a lot. We distribute to the inside terms, right? Two terms inside. This is a binomial. This is a single monomial. 2x times x. Remember what happens? We multiply or add these x's or add the exponents. So this is 2x squared, and then 2x times 3 is negative 6x. So this would be in its entirety. The binomial is 2x squared minus 6x. These x's don't combine because they are not like terms. They went on from there to talk about, let's see, I'll use a different color. They went on from there to talk about, like, what if you had not just 2x, but maybe 2x plus 3? Or let's change that. Actually, let's just make it an 8. Okay, and then x minus 3. And they, again, did the distributive property with this. Now, I like this in that the FOIL won't always work, but it's kind of tedious and we don't really need to worry about it when we just have two binomials, right? We took this term and we multiplied it by everything inside. Then we took this term, the 8, and multiplied it by everything inside. It taught you to go ahead, or it taught you to just use the FOIL method. There's the F. There's the O. There's the I. And the L. Okay, FOIL. So when we use the FOIL method, it's kind of a mnemonic to remember what order we need to do things in. So make sure that you guys are aware that F stands for first. The O stands for, do you guys remember? Outer. The I, and this is kind of funny because if you guys were to ask your parents, those of them who maybe enjoyed math a little bit in high school, they might remember this. FOIL has been used for forever. So, and last. Okay, first, outer, inner, last. So if we do that with these binomials, we're gonna have a really good grasp on what this answer is and how to work these binomials. So if we have 2x, the first, okay, so the first term in each set of parentheses, we have 2x times x is 2x squared. All right, that's here. Then we have the outer term. The pink, the outer terms. Well, this is on the outside of this set of parentheses, and this is on the outside of this set of parentheses. So we have the outside terms, or these guys, all right? 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x, all right? Then we have the blue, we have the inner or inside terms, okay? This is on the inside of this binomial multiplication problem. These two are in the insides. So we have the 8 and the x, or 8 times x is 8x. And then the very last one we have is the last terms, which are the last numbers in each set of parentheses, the last number of the binomial. So we have 8 times negative 3. 8 times negative 3, negative 24. All right, So from here, what do? We need to make sure that we are following the rules of polynomials. We need to combine everything. We need to put them in proper order. Remember polynomial order that I went over in my previous journal notes. If you haven't watched it, make sure you watch it. We have to make sure that the highest degree is in front. That's it. The highest degree term is in the front. Now, generally speaking, the problems are going to be set up so that it comes out like that. Generally speaking, you may get a funky, wonky problem one time, and you may have to make sure that that squared, if that's the highest degree, that's in front. If we threw in a 4x or a, not even 4x, what if there was like a x to the fifth, right? That x to the fifth would be higher than x squared, so that x to the fifth would have to come in front. Okay, that's not there though, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's combine like terms right here. So we're going to bring everything down. 2x squared minus, a negative 6x and a positive 8x. I know that they're the same terms because they both have just a single x. So now I'm just worried about the negative 6 and the positive 8. Remember, my terms are opposite, so I'm going to subtract. 8 take away 6 is 2, and I have more positives. So this is actually plus 2x minus 24. That, my friends, is your answer for multiplying this binomial. Okay, take a look. All right, now I want to talk about some special cases. Okay, they mention them in the video, or not the video, the lesson guide, and there's like little click-through snippets you can look at. The first one I want to look at is something like this. All right. What do we do with that? Okay, this is not distributing this 2. This is not 9x squared plus 4. Why not? Remember, when we were doing distributing of that, we would have something like this, a single term inside. We never had more than one term inside when we were quote unquote distributing that exponent, okay? This has 2 terms. We can't just distribute exponents because there's that middle number that comes into play, okay? So this is not right, okay? So let's fix it. Remember what they said in the lesson, right? We have to go ahead and FOIL from here. So this 2 is important, but it's saying there's 2 of these. So we're going to have 3x plus 2 times 3x plus 2. Okay? Now, we still have that FOIL on the side of the board. Let's see what you guys can do as I just move forward. First term and first term. 3x times 3x, 9x squared. Outer, the outside terms. Out. 3x times 2 plus 6x. Inner, inside terms. 2 times 3x plus 6x. Oh, something should look kind of interesting here. Yep, and then 2 times 2, the last terms, plus 4. So we get 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. As you guys work through these, you're going to start seeing something you can tie into things, right? You've got this trinomial as your answer. Anytime you multiply a binomial by itself, you're going to end up with a trinomial, okay? Now, that's not too much to worry about, except for I want you guys to notice what ended up happening. We got that 9x squared that I said wasn't going to happen. But we didn't just get the 9x squared, and we didn't just get the 4. We got this middle term, okay? That middle term is important. And as you work through these, you're gonna start seeing, oh, all I have to do is multiply 3 times 2, add it twice, and you get that middle term. That's a lot for most people, but some of you are gonna be able to pick that up and make this transition fairly quickly. Okay, so that's squaring a binomial. All right, what happens in another instance? What about, what can we do with 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 3? All right. This one's a neat one. Once you start recognizing what's going on, you'll be happy when you see these. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna do our first terms. First, 2 and 2 is 4x squared. Notice that these binomials are not the same. This was not 2x plus 3 squared. Not that, right? Because this is not a plus in both binomials, right? One's a plus, one's a minus. They're opposite each other, the positive and negative 3. So we've got to work through it. 2x times negative 3 for the outer. Okay, that's negative 6x. What's going to happen on this next one? Yep, that's going to be a positive 6x. And then 3 times negative 3, negative 9. So what happens with our middle terms here? Yeah, they end up canceling out. Okay, so we get 4x squared minus 9. This is really neat because this is called the difference of two squares, okay? The difference of two squares. Whoops. Difference of two squares. We're finding the difference. This has a perfect square and this is a perfect square. Okay, so this, when we see the same, similar, I guess, binomial, the only difference is one's a plus, one's a minus, we know we're gonna get the difference of two squares. Okay, that one's kind of a neat one to look at. All right, next. What about this guy? Remember, it's not just going to be x squared minus 16, right? Or plus 16, which would it be? Neither. It's not going to be just distributing this 2. We have to be able to multiply binomials, all right? So we have to be able to put it into your sets of parentheses. There are 2 of this, x minus 4, and we multiply it through. First, x squared. Outer, x times 4. Careful, this is a negative 4. Whatever's in front tells us what the sign is. So this is negative 4x. Inner, negative 4x. And last, negative 4 times negative 4. Negative times negative, positive 16. What happens here? This time they do not cancel out, my friends. They combine to something larger in the negative realm, but it is still further from 0. This is negative 8x plus 16. We get another trinomial after multiplying, squaring this binomial, okay? So, looking forward to the quiz. If you're watching this on Tuesday, your quiz will be tomorrow. If you're watching this on Wednesday, this is a good refresher before the quiz. I like this method. If you are struggling with this method, I have another option for you, and I'm only going to show it once because I want you guys to reach out to me if you need it, okay? So I'm going to do x minus 3 times x plus 5, okay? Here's the method. And some of you guys are familiar with this because you've used it for different things. This is called the box method. And I'm only going to show it to you once because you can watch it again and again. And some of you are going to like this better than foiling. Some of you are gonna think, heck no, foiling is so simple. And that's okay, it's completely your prerogative, all right? I'm gonna take my first binomial and put it on the side. Notice my -3, my minus has to stay with my 3. Okay, I'm gonna take my second binomial, whatever the binomial is. In fact, I'm gonna change that. Let's add a 2 to it just so you see that it's okay if it has a coefficient with the x. Okay, so I'm gonna change that to 2x minus, or 2x plus 5. All right, so here we go. 2x, and then you can keep the plus with the 5. We know that if there's no negative, it's positive. All right, now, I wish I could do something magical and make orange and blue become something, right? But I'll just do it in another color so you see what's happening. We multiply everything on the outside. So this is, it's kind of like, Battleship, right? Where they line up. 2x times x, 2x squared. X times 5, 5x. 2x times -3, -6x. And -3 times 5, -15. All right. Some of you guys are thinking, what the heck? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, so look here. These right here, this is that outer and inner term, right? Those things that combine. Will they always combine? Yes. If you set this up so that the x's are in front, this will work. And if not, it's not a big deal. You can just look around to see where the terms are. But this will be a mainstay. 2x squared, -6 and a positive 5 is a negative x, right? -1x minus 15. Whoa, that could have been a little better, huh? Okay, that's it. All right, now I see I have some room right here. I also have this room over here. I'm gonna use this room to show you this in FOIL, okay? All right, so I have x minus 3 times 2x plus 5. And I'm going to do first 2x squared, outer plus 5x, inner minus 6x, last minus 15. Combine those middle terms, 2x squared minus x minus 15. Same thing. You guys have options, all right? Use your options. If you like foiling, great. If you want to try the box method, fabulous, okay? This is the box method. I would encourage you to look at it, okay? Let me know what you guys need, how I can support you any way I can in helping you through this math. Miss you guys, hope you're having a good time, hope you're enjoying. Wednesday should be great weather, so get outside and enjoy. All right, talk to you later.